Good day, and thank you for tuning in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. For all of our new listeners and viewers who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Pastor Pope, and thank you for allowing us to come into your viewing environment. We are here with you every Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, scheduling permitted, to address whatever topics you might like to discuss, whatever issues of life you find challenging or that you find difficult to navigate. You may call or text every day now on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424. You can discuss careers, finances, entrepreneurship. You can discuss your present, your future. You can discuss marriage, divorce, raising children, blending families, dating and relationships. Whatever's in your heart, whatever's on your mind, God is concerned about that which concerns you. So we are here in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, brought to you by Fiji Water, Earth's finest water. You may already know that Fiji Water comes from Fiji. However, did you know that it is created by nature? It is untouched by man. It starts as a tropical rainfall which slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock. The water collects in a natural artesian aquifer where it is bottled right at the source, free from human contact until you unscrew the cap. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water, will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. And I want to say to all of our listeners and viewers who continue giving on the Give segment of our app at New Life-Delaware, and those of you that have made a weekly or monthly commitment to support the broadcast, we thank you for your commitment and your support as we fulfill our commitment to God to be here every Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I want to say to all of our listeners and viewers, you have to really understand that we are in the process of really expanding our broadcast, and for whatever reason, we are having difficulty with our YouTube channel, and it just continues to go out on us. And so we're just going to ask that you will be patient and that you will continue to tune in both on Facebook and on our YouTube live channel. And as we go live every day, we will continue to address whatever topics you might like to discuss and whatever issues of life you find challenging or that you find difficult to navigate. Now, I know that we are up right now, YouTube. We were delayed coming up. Technology has its own mind, for lack of a better term. There's a reason that they termed AI artificial intelligence, because we at some point don't have any control over technology. We do the best that we can to get everything up and in place. I know we were up on YouTube Live. We're up on our app at New Life-Delaware. And as I said, I want to thank all of you for your continued support. There's a lot of responsibility and a lot of infrastructure costs being involved in being on the air 6 days a week. And we're doing everything that we can to disseminate on all the platforms that are of interest to you. And of course, we're live on our app at New Life-Delaware and on our website at newlifeministriesinternational.com. But we have gone Facebook Live and we've gone YouTube Live. And I have to say, we are doing the very best that we possibly can to make certain that we disseminate on all of the platforms. And we are planning to go at the beginning of the year, begin Zoom casting. But until we get this YouTube platform resolved, we may be a little delayed, but we were planning on going Zoom casting starting the first week of January. And I know I just dated the broadcast again, but nonetheless, let me just say this. I want to encourage all of you. Tune in, encourage all of your family, friends, coworkers, and colleagues to tune in on YouTube, Facebook, and on our app at New Life-Delaware. Something that will be said will bless your life. We're addressing all of your communications as they come in. We get through them little by little, but just know that we're here because God is concerned about that which concerns you. And so we're fulfilling our commitment to God, just as you have established a commitment to support the broadcast 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. So I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you are struggling with finding your purpose in life. You want to know, how do you know what your purpose in life truly is? And so let me begin by saying this, because, sometimes we complicate things by believing that there's just one way to do things. And usually it's our way, the way we want to do them. Whether it's because it's familiar to us or because we hear something from someone that, really inspires our spirit and we say, okay, that must be the way to do it. But the truth of the matter is that if you really want to find your purpose in life, the first thing you have to decide is that the way you live is going to bring God His glory. Whatever you're doing in your daily life, it's going to bring God the glory because He's our creator. We've been created in His image and in His likeness. We haven't been created in our own image. We haven't been created in our own likeness. We've been created in the image and the likeness of God. So think about what that means. Jesus stepped down out of heaven and became in the form of man. He was a spirit in heaven, but came out of His glory to live as man, so that we would understand what the image and the likeness of God truly is. And that is that we are created in the form of mankind, because all of us are spirits also. So we have to recognize that because we're created in the image of God, meaning in the image of man, and we are created in His likeness, what that says to us is that we are living to be like Christ, but we're living for the glory of God. Not for the glory of man, but for the glory of God, because that is His expressed image. So we want to live to bring Him glory. That's the first thing. So everything we're doing every day should be done to bring God the glory. He is your creator. Become the very best version of yourself that you can become. And as you do that, God will reveal to you what your purpose truly is. The Holy Spirit will reveal to you exactly what God has placed inside of you that will bring Him glory. That you can become the very best version of you that you can become. And pardon me. And in doing that, you will bring God His glory. Now, let me take you a little further and a little deeper. So when you're trying to determine what your pardon me, trying to determine what your purpose truly is, you have to live out this life with the gifts and talents that God has placed inside of you. You have to live out with the gifts and talents that God has provided you, that your gifts and talents will make room for themselves. And I have to take a drink of this Fiji water because I do have a little issue with my allergies going on. And for some reason, I've got a raspy voice here for a moment, so bear with me. That is Earth's finest water. So let me say this. What we want to do is we want to use our gifts and talents to bring God glory every day. We want to develop our gifts and talents to the highest level that we can possibly develop them. And then we want to use them to bring God His glory. We want to use them to become the best version of ourselves, both personally and professionally. And as we grow in our success, then we have to find the philanthropic endeavors, the charitable endeavors and the philanthropic endeavors that God has purposed for our lives, and use those resources that God has provided, not to just live life for our own pleasure, but to have an impact on the society in which we live. So we have to recognize the importance of that. And that's how we find our true purpose, because we continue on the path that God places before us, and we make certain that everything we are doing is for His glory. And you'll begin to walk in your purpose, and your purpose will become much more purposeful, and it will begin to have a greater impact on mankind and the society in which we live. That is when you know that you have found your true purpose. You know, our true purpose is not just to enrich ourselves. Our true purpose is to enrich our lives, the fullness of God. And when I say that, not talking about just tangible things, tangible possessions, talking about the things that are beyond you. That's when you really tap into your purpose. When you understand that there's something God has assigned for you that you're going to put your efforts and your resources into. So, you know, one of the things that we find very challenging is that, as God, for all of us, is that when God continues to bless us, we enrich our own lives, we enrich the lives of our children, and we do some small charitable things as a society that tells us that we're good people. How about that? But it's the hidden things of God beyond that we do. You know, I often talk about the charitable aspect, and then I talk about the philanthropic aspect. The charitable aspect, you can do something charitable today. But the philanthropic aspect is what you do that will live on even after you're gone. So we want to get to that place, because when we get to that place, in that we find our purpose. We find our purpose in the philanthropic. We don't find our purpose in just making money. We don't find our purpose in just getting promoted. We find our purpose in the philanthropic, what we do for God that will last long after we're gone. The impact that you will have on the lives of others that will then impact the generations beyond them and the generations beyond them. That's really where we find our purpose, in the philanthropic. So I want to encourage you by saying this: live your life to please God every day. You know, there's levels that we have to walk out in this. Live your life to be pleasing unto God every day by becoming the best version of yourself that you could possibly become. Live your life to bring God His glory every single day. And then make certain that you use your gifts and talents to not only enrich your own life, but that they will make room for themselves, that you can begin to enrich the lives of others. Listen, I want to say this. We do too much giving to people who are not in need, they're in want. Because, and I said that for shock value, because I know people will say, well, how can you give too much? You can give a man a fish he will eat today. If you teach him how to fish, he'll eat forever. We give a man boots to pull him himself up by his bootstraps. But if we don't teach them how to take care of the boots, they'll soon wear out. I'm using these analogies and saying all of this to say your purpose lies in the philanthropic. What you do beyond yourself that will live on for God long after you're gone, long after the Lord calls you home. That's when we know we finally have found our purpose. You know, we sometimes, and I'm saying this now for all of our listeners and viewers, we sometimes think that if we do this one thing, we found our purpose, because this is what the Lord laid on my spirit, and I'm doing it, and most people will do it for the purpose of either feeling good about themselves or for making money. Those are the two reasons. But we've got to get beyond that. We've got to get to the place of saying, how can it impact the generations to come? How will it impact generation after generation after generation until the fourth and fifth generation? That's when you know you have truly found your purpose. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest nationwide 5G provider at no extra charge. So if you are not currently a T-Mobile customer, you may call or text every day on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424. We will move you over into our queue so that you can experience T-Mobile, America's largest nationwide 5G provider, at no extra charge. Taxes and fees are included in your bill. And if you auto pay by attaching a credit card to your account, you will receive a discount on your monthly bill at T-Mobile, America's largest nationwide 5G provider at no extra charge. So I want to say to all of our listeners and viewers, we're asking for your support as we go into the new year with our partnership with T-Mobile. We're asking you to support our partnership at no extra cost to you. Just make certain that if you are not currently a T-Mobile customer, that you call or text on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424 so that we can place you into our queue, and that you then can become a T-Mobile customer and experience America's largest nationwide 5G provider at no extra charge. And it will be of no extra charge to you to transfer to T-Mobile. We want to maximize our partnership with T-Mobile in the coming year at T-Mobile, America's largest nationwide 5G provider at no extra charge. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you are concerned about your financial future and you want to know what can you do to ensure that the economy being disrupted does not impact your financial future. And here's what I'm going to say to you about this. So for so many people, finances have been impacted in this year that we are in. What I'm going to encourage you to do is save and invest your discretionary income. So I'm going to give some examples of this because I've been getting a lot of emails about, a lot of communications about finances in the coming year. So I'm going to be spending some time addressing that during the month of January also. But I want to say this to you. Listen, those of us who have discretionary income, what we need to do right now is save and continue to invest. Save money every month and prepare to invest as the cycle presents itself for the opportunity to purchase more stock, to invest in real estate, whatever our sectors of interest are for investment, we need to save and pursue those. But I'm going to give you some simple methods of saving. So I'm going to encourage everyone to do this the start of this year, because we're about to start the new year, and I'm going to encourage you to do this. First of all, determine as you go back to your budget. Okay, we all should have our budget drafted for this year. You should have gone back and reviewed your budget from last year. made whatever necessary tweaks are necessary. Made whatever tweaks are necessary so that as we go into the new year, we have a budget to work from. But what I'm going to encourage you to do is this. Whatever you're going to save throughout the month, make certain, depending on your pay cycle, make certain that you take out that specific amount and put it aside. Put it in savings. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do that every month. And in addition to that, as you monitor where you are saving money, every time you save money, put that in your savings. So you're going to continuously save money, whether it's every week, every 2 weeks, bi-monthly, or every month, depending on your pay schedule. You're going to save that specific amount and you're going to put it in savings so that you can prepare to invest. And then you're going to, at the end of each quarter, you're going to look at the opportunity to invest. If it's the right time, you're going to invest. If it's not the right time, you're not going to do that. And you're not going to invest all at once, but you're going to invest over the following month after the quarter. And then what you're going to do is this. Every time you see the opportunity to save money and you save some money, whether it's that you got you got a promotion code on something you ordered online and it saved you 20%, you're going to take that 20% and put it in your savings. If you thought about let me rephrase that. If you thought about ordering food in and you decided not to order food in and you ate something that you already had in your pantry or in your refrigerator, instead, if you were going to spend $30 to order food and have it delivered, take that $30 and put it in savings. You will be amazed by the end of each quarter. And if you do not invest for 2 quarters of the year or the 3rd quarter of the year, you'll be amazed at how much money you saved just by doing that. So that you are prepared when the market dips to purchase additional stock, or if you are planning to purchase a new home, whatever the case may be, you'll be amazed how much money you will have saved so that you can prepare to invest. And at the end of every year, you should be automatically looking for opportunities to invest. So what I'm saying is you should look at what has decreased in value during the course of the year and pick up additional stock, or just pick up additional stock in something that you've already invested in if it's a good investment. You've got to look at the opportunities to save and invest. Part of the problem that people are having with their financial security, and I'm not even talking about building wealth right now. We'll talk about addressing that in a moment. But part of the problem is that people are always looking for immediate gratification. People are looking for ways to, and COVID has slowed some of that down because people have traveled less during COVID. So you should have been able to save more money during COVID. And when I say that, meaning I realize that some things you just move from one line item to another line item. You're at home more, so your utility bills have probably increased, but you're spending less money on gas because you're not commuting back and forth to the office. So you may have shifted the line item from one place to another. You may have more people at home right now. I know in our case, our daughter has come to shelter in place with us. Our son still lives in New York, so he's not with us, but our daughter has come to shelter in place. Your utility bill is going to go up, your water bill is going to go up, and your food bill is going to go up because, in our house, she doesn't pay any bills, so even though she's been with us during COVID, she writes everything on the list, on the grocery list that she wants to eat, and my wife does all the shopping, so she goes to the store and purchases it. My point to that is, she's been able to save more money. You're going to be able to, in some cases, you're going to move one line item to another line item, and that's okay. But you should be able to have saved more money. Even doing the good things that we need to do, like supporting local businesses, we make it a point of ordering out once a week, just to support the local restaurants, the local businesses. We make it a point of doing that. That's done by design. But I say all of that to say, and that's at least once a week. And I say all of that to say, you still should be able to save more money, because now you have the opportunity to look at where you can save and put that money aside. So I'm using those examples. Those are simple little examples of ways that we can really impact our financial future, because then you start developing good habits. And even when COVID has come to an end and we are back to our normal routine, you will be in the habit of saving and preparing to invest consistently. And then in addition to that, you have to make certain that you are always focused on building long-term wealth. That's how you make certain you have financial stability. That's how you make certain that you have a financial security. And then in addition to that, you are in a wealth building mode. So that has to be a focus for us. What am I doing to increase my wealth? And when you're in a wealth building mode when you are making money while you're sleeping. You've done something intentional that allows you to make money while you are sleeping. That's when you know that you're in wealth building mode. And then there's another step to that, which is wealth preservation. That's something else we'll be talking about during the month of January, is building wealth and preserving our wealth. So these are all important discussions that we're going to be addressing right here based on your communications in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. I want to say to all of our listeners and viewers, if you're in our area, we are having a candlelight service tomorrow evening, so there is a change in the schedule. We will be off the air during the day tomorrow, but we will be on the air from 7 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. If you're in our area, Eastern Daylight Time, and if you're in our area, you can come and celebrate the new year with us from 6:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at New Life Christian Center, 400 Hillcrest Avenue, at the corner of Hillcrest and Marsh Road in Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. There's parking on Hillcrest. We are the brown brick building right on the corner of Hillcrest and Marsh Road. Now, here's what we're going to be doing also, though, because we're not going to have more than 50 people. So I'm going to encourage everyone, if you will, if you're going to come and worship with us, those of you who are not part of our weekly fellowship, if you're going to come and worship with us, send me an email, RSVP email at newlifepastor@comcast.net, so that we can make certain that we have you on the list. So, because the first 50 people are going to get in, and we're going to be socially distancing as we have been doing. But we do invite you to come and worship with us tomorrow evening from 6:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. And we will be live on the air, if you're not in our area, from 7 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. Okay, so once again, we will be in worship at New Life Christian Center, 400 Hillcrest Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware, at the corner of Hillcrest and Marsh Road. Service will begin at 6:30 p.m. and we will be done at 8 p.m. I will be on the air live from 7 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. And then immediately following that, we're going to have people they're going to have the opportunity to share